Welcome to this episode of the planDisney podcast, presented by State Farm. Insurance doesn't have to be complicated. That's why State Farm is available 24/7 to walk you through the process and to answer your questions. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. I'm your host, Amiyrah Martin, a former planDisney panelist, and I am a thrill seeker. And not only that, I love experiencing thrill attractions with friends and then talking about it right after. So this episode is going to be so much fun. On this month's episode, the panelists are going to share how you can have a thrilling experience at the Walt Disney World Resort. Now, when you hear the word thrill, you probably think of attractions like this incredible new coaster behind me, but there's so much more than that. There are thrills for everyone, whether you're meeting Mickey Mouse and friends, you're treating yourself to a refreshing Dole Whip, or you're saving the universe with Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind. Later, we'll be chatting with Melissa Valiquette, Vice President of Magic Kingdom Park. She'll share her favorite thrills. But first things first, let's meet our panelists joining us today. Hi, guys.
Hello.
Hi.
Good to be here.
Oh my gosh, listen, we're gonna get into it today. Are you so excited?
I am.
Definitely.
Okay, so
Definitely.
before we hop in, we gotta do quick introductions, of course.
Of course.
You know what, Matt? I think we should start with you.
Okay. So my name is Matt. I am a husband, a teacher, an uncle from New Jersey. I'm also a cat dad.
That's right.
And this is my first year on the planDisney panel. It's been a great few months answering guest questions. What I absolutely love about it is it's just a bunch of Disney guests, Disney Parks fans that are available to answer any question that a guest might have, whether it's about Walt Disney World, which is my specialty, Disneyland Resort, Disney Cruise Line, or Disney Vacation Club. They can go to planDisney.com. No questions too strange or too obscure. We'll find the answer.
Perfect. All right, Samantha, tell us a little bit more about yourself.
Hey, I'm Samantha, and I'm a Walt Disney World panelist. I've been with planDisney since 2019. I'm from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and I live there with my husband, our son, our daughter, and our dog Chewy, because we're a house full of Star Wars fans. Before I had my kids, I was an elementary school teacher, and then I became a stay-at-home mom. And now that both of my kids are teenagers, they're in high school, they've got their own stuff going on, so I have more free time on my hands, and I use it to help our guests at planDisney answering their vacation planning questions.
All right, Raquel, you're up next, friend.
All right, I'm Raquel. I'm a Walt Disney World panelist.
Yes.
I am a wife and mom of two. I've been on the panel a lot longer than Mr. Matt here, but that's okay. And, but I think I am probably the old school Disney fan from back in the day when you used to dial and call up during the Christmas parades and get the videos and the VHS. I think I'm dating myself. I'm gonna stop. So I'm done.
So I feel like all three of you are perfect for this episode, and we'll find out a little bit more about how perfect you are a little bit later. Because I feel like you're thrill seekers like I am.
Oh,
Yes.
definitely.
Okay, yes.
Yes.
I mean, I know that
Love
for
the
a fact. So speaking of thrills, we have to talk about this brand new attraction right behind us. So we have a new attraction here at Magic Kingdom Park, and it's called TRON Lightcycle Run, presented by Enterprise.
Yes.
All right, listen, we got to experience it all together today,
So much
which is
fun.
so fun. We have a lot to talk about. Yeah?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, let's talk about what was it like entering the grid?
It was phenomenal.
Yeah.
It was better than I expected, and I had high expectations. We've been waiting for this attraction to open, and it was so exciting, and it was just everything I wanted it to be.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a huge roller coaster fan, and this is right in my wheelhouse. You really just get immersed in Tron Legacy, the Tron movies. You just enter the grid, you're racing against Team Orange and trying to go through those 8 energy grids. It really is just such an awesome experience, and you're just immersed in the entire world of Tron.
Let's start with like an overview. So let's pretend right from the beginning, just how we were walking up. What's one of the first things that we do? I think the lockers were one of the first things that we experienced,
yes.
right?
Yeah.
I mean, I think we're all kind of used to most Walt Disney World attractions where you can go ahead and bring your stuff along with you, but this is a little bit different.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
Right.
But it really is seamless. You just, once you get there, the cast members will tell you, what section you need to go to. It's the most beautiful locker room you've ever seen.
Yes.
Yes, it is.
I swim every day. The locker room I use is nowhere near that beautiful. But all of the lockers that are available are all lit up for you. So you can just go up to the one that you want. You can either use your Magic Band Plus. If you don't have one, they'll give you a card. Disney Magic Mobile on your phone won't work with it, but the Magic Band and the card will. You just tap it, it opens up for you, and anything bigger than a cell phone or a wallet does need to go in there.
Okay.
And then you close it. The best part is if you forget something like my friend Elaine did, she forgot her mini ears. She just tapped again and was able to just put that in and close it. You don't even have to remember what locker you actually had.
Okay.
Because once you get off the attraction, you can just scan your Magic Band and on a screen it will tell you what locker you had. You can go right to it, open it up, and you're all set. And if you don't feel comfortable leaving your cell phone in the locker, there is a compartment right there on the front of the bike that can store little things like a cell phone that you can just put right in there and you don't have to leave it in your locker.
Yep. Perfect. Especially if you get that card too. You can hold the card and you can just take it on your way out. Yep, absolutely. All right, let's talk a little bit more about the actual ride and how everybody actually sits in the ride. I know there are a couple of options. And there's a different way to actually enter the grid and sit down for the ride. Let's talk a little bit more about that.
Yes, it's a really unique ride system. So when you're actually on the attraction, it's like you are indeed riding one of these light cycles.
Yes.
And if you want to check it out beforehand, there is a test seat in the queue that you can check this out. Make sure that it's comfortable for you, because what you're going to be doing is you're going to climb aboard the light cycle there, and you're almost leaning forward, like picture it if you were like on a motorcycle almost. Your legs will kind of be braced there. There's a place for you to put your legs. Then you're going to reach forward and pull down on the handlebars, and that actually also pushes the seat back up towards you that secures you in there so that you can comfortably ride. You're not going anywhere there, but there's some other options because we're aware that might not work for everybody. So definitely recommend trying the test seat out on your way into the attraction, and if it's not right for you, there are some other options too.
Absolutely. And I know that was important to you, Raquel, because you want to make sure that it was accessible for those who may think they may not be able to ride.
Right.
So tell us a little bit more about your experience with the other option of seating on the attraction.
Right. I did do the test, and this was determined for me. I just had a slight issue with it clamping on the back of my knee. But don't worry about it for anybody if you have a disability or a fit concern, no worries. They gave us the best seat in the house. And when you get in, there's actually 2 seats. So you're there, and then it has a lap bar, and it's plenty of leg room. I mean, you're not squished at all.
Right.
Your knees are not bent. It's rather comfortable until you take off. And I wasn't prepared for the jet in the back. That was intense. It was a good intense though.
That's
it was
awesome.
A good intense. So they won't have anything to worry about. Everybody's going to get to enjoy this attraction.
That's great. Yes, and it is located way in the back, so they'll know exactly where to go.
Yes, they'll know exactly, and it actually has the ADA symbol illuminated.
Perfect.
And the only thing that I would just recommend is just being prepared for a slight wait. If you do have to, if you are going to enjoy those particular ones.
Okay. Can we talk a little bit more about what guests might expect from the virtual queue?
Yes, that's really important for guests to know, because currently there is no standby queue for TRON. So what you're going to do, there's a couple different ways that you can experience the ride. One of them is by joining the virtual queue. So in order to do that, you're going to need a park ticket and also a park reservation for Magic Kingdom. And the first chance to join the virtual queue is going to be at 7 a.m. And what you'll want to do is open your My Disney Experience app. Right there on the home screen, you'll see, virtual queue listed there. I like to start this, a couple minutes before, because it's really important to go for that join queue button right exactly at 7.
Right.
So a couple minutes before, get in there, make sure you have your whole party who's going to experience the attraction selected. And right when that clock hits 7, you hit that join queue button. And if you're successful, it'll pop up and give you a boarding group. If you don't make it into a boarding group on that one, no worries. Now, the first chance to enter the queue at 7 a.m., you can do that from anywhere. But if you're unsuccessful then, as long as you have already entered Magic Kingdom for the day, then at 1 p.m. you'll have another chance at it. And exact same procedure, just giving you another chance then.
Right.
So you want to make sure that you are allowing notifications from the My Disney Experience app on your phone, because you're going to receive a push notification whenever your boarding group is called. And whenever that happens, then you have a 1-hour window where you can come back and experience the attraction. Also, if you happen to be a guest who is staying at a Disney Resorts Collection deluxe level hotel, there are certain evenings where, for the deluxe guests, there are extended evening hours at Magic Kingdom. If it's an evening where that's happening, you will also have another chance at 6 p.m. If you're attending that event, you can join a virtual queue then also. Now, if you don't want to do the virtual queue, or you miss the timing and it just doesn't work for you, or if you want to ride it a second time, you also have the option of purchasing an individual lightning lane. And that's also done right in the My Disney Experience app. Super easy to do. And then you can pick your 1-hour time window and you can come and experience it that way.
Now, another thing we have to talk about is the merchandise.
Absolutely.
The merchandise is fantastic. And I know you learned some information about the merch that we can grab right now.
Absolutely. There are so many different options. I'm all about the merchandise. First of all, there are 3 different collections that you can choose from as far as clothing and things like that. There's the Life on the Grid collection, which is what I am most excited about and what I really gravitate towards. There's the Flynn's Arcade collection, and that one's a little bit more retro. And then there's the Thrill of the Race, which is also a really cool collection too. So there's also something really exciting. You can do the Identity program, which you make a reservation for, and you're able to pick your team color. It's an action figure. It's you as a light cyclist.
Oh my gosh.
And it's a really, really great way to commemorate your experience on TRON.
Oh my gosh, that sounds like so much
Yes.
fun. Okay,
Yes.
I'm all set. I'm ready for that.
Yeah.
Totally ready for that. Now, we're talking all about TRON Lightcycle Run and everything that we got to experience. But I also got to chat with Melissa Valiquette, and she's the vice president of Magic Kingdom Park. But she shared some of her favorite Disney thrills, and she shared what TRON Lightcycle Run means to her. So let's check out that interview. Melissa, thank you so much for being here with us today. We're
Thank
so
you for
excited to have you.
Awesome. Thank you for having me.
I know you are very busy, but I just want to ask you a few questions. Is that going to be okay?
Let's do it.
All right, let's do it. Can you tell us a little bit more about yourself and your career with Disney?
Sure. I started with Disney in 1995, almost 28 years ago. My very first job with the company was right here at the Magic Kingdom. I was a hostess in City Hall, straight out of college.
Oh,
And, what a neat start that was to my career, right on Main Street, USA. I was also fortunate in 1997 to represent our company as a Walt Disney World ambassador.
wow.
And that happened to be the 25th anniversary of Walt Disney World. So some of our guests might remember that's when we decorated the castle as a birthday cake.
Yes.
Pretty neat time. Then fast forward 25 years, and I'm so honored to be back here at the Magic Kingdom and leading the park this time. To be here for the 50th anniversary was also such a special milestone. Our guests have had such a wonderful experience. And then today to look forward and to be here in front of our beautiful new roller coaster, TRON Lightcycle Run, it's like really writing the next chapter of this Magic Kingdom story. I'm so honored to be here.
Yes, and I cannot wait for everyone to experience it. But I have another question for you. Now, what has been your favorite part of being a cast member?
Gosh, my favorite part of being a cast member is, without a doubt, the people. Our cast members, Disney cast members, are a special sort of people. They are Disney fans,
Yes.
first and foremost. The majority of our Disney cast come here because they visited as a child, they felt this special kinship, and they loved the way this place and these people made them feel, and they want to turn around and do that for others. And so, people who like to make magic for a living, those are my kind of people.
Yeah.
So I just love the people I meet here. And really that extends to our guests as well. Our guests are such wonderful people and so appreciative of the magic they receive here with us too. So, it just makes for a wonderful experience with great people.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay, another question. Tell us more about Disney Thrills.
Disney Thrills. Well, we are celebrating Disney Thrills right now, and it's really about figuring out what thrills each one of us, right? Every member of the family. And so the obvious thrill would be, some people are thrilled by a roller coaster, TRON Lightcycle run. But, just as much, some people are thrilled by the idea of meeting Mickey and Minnie live and in person for the first time ever. Some people are thrilled by, seeing these things that bring the movies to life for them. Let's not forget, we have the Millennium Falcon at Disney's Hollywood Studios.
Yes.
And for some people, my kind of people, the thrill for them is the food at Walt Disney World. And, whether that food is a Dole Whip or a churro at the Magic Kingdom or a Five Diamond restaurant somewhere around our property, or really exciting, our newest restaurant at Disney's Hollywood Studios, Roundup Rodeo Barbecue.
Mm-hmm.
These people are in for a thrill.
Absolutely. Now, you and I are the same people because food
Yes.
thrills me as well.
Awesome.
So I'm very excited about a new place for me to get a new snack and meal. So that's going to be super exciting. All right, I have another question for you. Now, you mentioned that you've been here for almost 28 years,
Yes.
right? Are there still things that thrill you?
Gosh, one of the things that really thrills me is seeing this park at the beginning of the day, just as our first guests are coming in the door, and Cinderella Castle is so beautiful.
Yes.
And then seeing it again at the end of the night, as everyone has, made their memories for the day, and it's quiet, and our last guests are walking out of the park, and the castle is glistening. That is pretty amazing.
Yes.
Pretty amazing. Now, I have to say, though, as another thrill, having ridden TRON Lightcycle Run so many times over the last couple of months as we've been preparing to open for our guests, I'm a pro now, like Team Blue all the way.
Okay.
We're winning it. There's no thrill quite like TRON Lightcycle Run
That's
thrill. I have to hold on to my earrings because I'm afraid they'll fly off. It's so thrilling.
Oh my gosh, yes. And hold your face in a
Yes,
specific
exactly.
position. Oh, it's just so great. Okay.
Exactly.
I have another question for you. Now,
Yes.
I'm going to put you on the spot.
Okay.
Are you ready for this?
I'm ready.
What is your number one tip for visiting Walt Disney World?
Good question. Well, first, we should always consult the planDisney panelists.
Of course.
Because you guys do such a terrific job of delivering great advice to our guests. But once you've done that and you've made your plan and you arrive with your family, I would just recommend that our guests take it all in, slow down just a bit. Take in the landscapes, the beautiful flowers, the horticulture our team spends so much time on. Listen to the music around you. The background music in each land is unique. Taste some of the foods, really take in the experiences. The rides are going to happen, the attractions, the restaurants, all of those things are an important part of the experience. But there are so many small details that really can bring this park to life for our guests. And sometimes they go unnoticed.
Yes, that's so true. Oh gosh. Okay.
Now, what about you, Amiyrah? We talked about thrills. What thrills you?
Oh goodness. Well, I am a thrill attraction junkie. So,
Okay.
TRON Lightcycle Run, I've been waiting and waiting for it, anticipating, and it is definitely so good. But my favorite thrill ride of all time actually is right next door, Space Mountain
Space
at Walt
Mountain.
Disney World. My favorite of all time.
Love it.
Yes.
Love it.
Oh
Love
my
it.
gosh.
Good
okay.
choice.
It is. I know. I'm good. I stand in my choice.
I respect that.
I have one last question for you
Okay.
before we have to let you go. Now, what is the best way to capture the magic of Disney parks?
When our guests come into Disney parks, obviously they take a million photos in these parks. And I make it my mission, as do many of our cast members, if we see a family taking photos or a group taking photos and one person is out of the photo, we always, we train our cast. Go make sure you offer, hey, Dad, you want to get in the photo? I'll take it for you. I'm a pro. But when we're not around, the people who are around are our Disney PhotoPass photographers. And these are truly talented photographers, many of whom are accomplished photographers outside of their Disney work life. And they take astounding pictures in our parks from the best locations. And, there's really terrific options. You can even purchase a Capture Your Magic session where
Yes.
a guest, a family can come in and do a private session with a photographer. So I think that's a pretty great way to commemorate your visit.
Oh, that is perfect way to wrap up this wonderful
Awesome.
interview. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. Welcome back, panelists. Now, I know everybody's talking about TRON Lightcycle Run, but there are some other thrills that we can experience and that guests can experience when they come to Walt Disney World. I think we should hop into some of those.
Okay.
Definitely.
And I know you all have your favorites, and I love that you all have a favorite. I have a favorite too. But you know what, Samantha? One of your family's favorites
Yes.
is my daughter's favorite.
Oh,
So
really?
I really want you to start with Tower of Terror. Let's
Okay,
talk
absolutely.
about it.
Yes, that has been a family favorite for us for a long time. I think the first time that we experienced it all together was right when my daughter was finally tall enough to go on. My parents were with us and everything, and it's just very thrilling because it's a very immersive attraction. So, you know, from the start of the queue, the whole way through the ride, you are in the story. So you're coming to check in at the Hollywood Tower Hotel, and something went very wrong there. And so, you know, you get to hear the story about what happened there, and you know when you're getting on that elevator that something's probably going to go wrong. And that anticipation just builds and builds and builds, and you don't know when it's coming. But it was adorable, though, because when we took my daughter on it for the first time, and she's sitting with my mom, and, you know, she was comforting her, and yeah. So she was fine. She's our thrill seeker in the family for sure.
Oh, I love that. I love a girl that's a thrill seeker.
Yeah.
I got one of those.
Right.
Now, thrill seeker Raquel,
Yes.
I know you are now a big fan of Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewinds. Let's tell guests what they can experience when they first go. So take us back to the first time you experienced your new favorite thrill ride.
Yes, yes. Well, that particular one, it starts off with the launch.
Right.
You're backwards, and it's going to jerk you all the way to take you on this roller coaster of whirls and swirls, but it's so much going on. It is not something that it's just a one-trick pony. It really brings you in. The music helps with all of that, and then as you're spinning, and if you happen to get a little dizzy, just kind of look straight forward. Don't look to the side. But if as you're spinning, you're seeing this and that, and everything just kind of comes together.
And that is a fully immersive experience because
Yes,
there's
it
a
is.
queue, so you get to
Yes.
see the Guardians of the
Yeah,
Galaxy
yes.
too. It's a nice little storyline.
And they're taking us with them.
Right.
Yes.
It really
Yes.
captures the spirit of the
Yes.
movie.
Yes.
It does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you love those characters, you're going to love that
Yes.
attraction.
Absolutely. Oh my gosh.
It's
You're
like a
sitting
party
there
and a ride.
thinking,
It is
right.
a party and a ride.
Yes.
And because
Yes,
you
that's
get
a
different
perfect way to put
songs,
it.
it really
Yeah.
is a party every single
Yeah.
time. You're like, oh, what am I going to get?
Well, you feel honored.
Yes.
They chose you
That's
to do
true.
this. So
Yes.
yeah.
So we're all wishing that you get September next time.
Please.
We're,
Yes.
we're
Yeah.
putting that
We're
out
sending
there
those
for
positive thoughts out there.
Yes.
Yes,
I have
yes.
to get September.
Now, Matt, I know you have a very interesting favorite thrill attraction. Tell us more about it.
So my favorite rides at the Disney parks are the Disney Mountains. And if I had to pick my favorite one, it would be Expedition Everest at Animal Kingdom theme park.
Oh my goodness.
Just going up that mountain, that forbidden mountain, the anticipation of getting to the top, knowing there may or may not be a Yeti guarding it, and he may or may not do some things to the track to change your ride experience. You just really feel fully immersed in that whole environment. My favorite time actually riding it was with my nephew. He loves roller coasters like I do. Just watching his face, and at the end of the vacation when we asked him what his favorite ride was, he said Expedition Everest, and I was like, absolutely, you're totally right. You're my favorite nephew.
Oh, I love that. Oh gosh. No, those are all three favorites. My favorite is Space Mountain. Always has been, always will be. So that's my classic.
Classic.
But
Yeah.
I will take all three of these as well
Yes.
and put them under my bucket of favorites.
Yes.
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 But
It's hard
now-
to pick just one.
I know. It is hard to just pick one,
Yeah.
especially when we're all thrill seekers. We
Yeah.
we have our favorites. There's a bunch of them. But there are more thrills to experience, not just in these parks, but also in the water parks too, right?
Right.
Yeah, there's some thrill rides and thrill slides,
Slides.
right?
Yes, yes.
Right.
Yeah.
which can be equally thrilling.
They can be
Yeah.
equally thrilling.
Yes.
Perfect for a hot summer day too.
Yes.
Totally.
Yes, that's the best way to get a thrill on a hot day.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. So there's options everywhere.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, for all the thrills. Oh my gosh. All right. Now, there are things that we get really excited and thrilled about that go beyond attractions. That we've been talking a lot about attractions, but we have to give some love to some of these other things that we get to experience. Now, I cannot forget the very first time I got to meet my favorite character face to face and just really be in awe of that. I think we need to talk a little bit more about meeting characters, the nostalgic ones and the new ones. So, Samantha, I know you have a really cute Mickey Mouse
yes,
story to
yes.
share.
Like, meeting the characters, I mean, that's just as big a thrill as some of these attractions. And the very first time that my husband and I brought our kids to Walt Disney World, the first thing we did our first morning here was have breakfast at Chef Mickey's restaurant.
Okay.
So we got to meet Mickey and all of his friends, and it was really special because my son is on the autism spectrum. And, you know, sometimes he doesn't like really make a social connection with other people, you know, really doesn't pay much attention to, you know, the people that are around him all the time. But when Mickey came over to our table, he just stopped what he was doing and just looked up at him and, you know, reached up and, you know, wanted to touch his face. And it's just one of my favorite Disney memories. And I think about that every time that I go and see Mickey Mouse again, whether it's, you know, with my family again or just me or with some friends. And it just brings back all of those good nostalgic memories for me and just makes me feel at home here.
Oh, that's just so sweet. Now, I know, so we got Mickey Mouse, but we also have a Princess Tiana fan sitting here. And I have to coax out of you
Yes.
a wonderful Princess Tiana story because I know you love her.
Love her. Love her. Look, I have adored her since before she fully made her appearance, even in the parks.
Yes.
From the movie. And then when they said, oh, you're going to see her in the park, that the very first visit we had, we beelined over to where she was. And my son's like, Tiana, and he runs and he jumps on her. I was like, oh, please, we don't do that to princesses. Don't do that. So I was like, get down, get down. But she was so gracious. And my daughter was like, Mom, she said, I said, I know. And for her to see herself,
It's really special.
yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Oh,
I know. So sweet. Now, we can stick to the princess theme.
Yes.
Because Matt, you have a really cute princess story.
So I'm usually a go person in the parks
Yes.
and don't always take the time to visit characters. That's changed a bit. But one time I was here with my good friend Kim. We passed by Ariel's grotto and she's like, Matt, you got to see your girl Ariel. We're going. I was like, okay. So we went in. We get into the grotto. There she is with her beautiful hair and her fin. She's smiling. I said nothing. I was like starstruck. Kim, I don't know what Kim and her were talking about. I just said, It was all a blur. I'd been waiting to meet her since 1989. It finally happened, and I had no words.
Oh.
But I did redeem myself the next year. I came prepared with questions.
Okay, good.
So yeah,
Perfect.
I made up for it.
I just can't imagine you being speechless.
I was speechless.
That's like
I was
the
speechless.
perfect Matt story.
Right.
That's not something I can
I
imagine.
love that. I love that.
All right, now we talked about the nostalgic characters, but there are some new characters that we can meet when we come to Walt Disney World, which is really exciting. Now I know, Samantha, we share a Star Wars love.
Yes.
I feel like we need to talk a little bit more about Batuu and all the exciting things that can
Yes,
happen with characters
yes,
there.
Yes. I was so excited when Star Wars Galaxy's Edge opened because, you know, for the first time, I got to step right into the stories that I grew up watching, and the characters there really bring you into that story because they're just doing their thing there. You know, you might see Chewie working on an X-Wing,
Yes.
or, you know, you might run right into Rey and get to say hello to her. And sometimes, you know, you have to be aware, you know, sometimes Kylo Ren and the Stormtroopers come through there too. But all of that, it just really brings you into the storyline of the land and really makes you feel like you're there on Batuu.
Oh my gosh, it does. Now, we're going to stick to Batuu because there's so many
There's so many
thrills
things to talk
just
about there.
in that one otherworldly place.
Yes.
And then another great place that you and I agreed on that is very thrilling.
Yeah.
bogus cantina.
Yeah, one of my favorite places in Walt Disney World. I mean, growing up watching Star Wars, like who didn't want to walk into the cantina scene in Star Wars? And now you can here, and it's just the coolest thing ever. And I mean, the atmosphere in there, like it's great. No matter your age, you know, it's a great place to bring your family to. My kids love going there. They've got plenty of drinks for the kiddos. It's just so much fun. It's really lively. You've got, you know, the droid DJ Rex. He's playing the tunes, and the cast members there are incredible. Like they just, you know, keep the energy up, and it's just so much fun.
It is. Yeah. It's a blast.
Yes.
Now, I know you love a fuzzy
you gotta get a fuzzy tauntaun.
Okay.
That one's good, but I'm a Yub Nub girl. That's my favorite drink there. Yeah,
okay.
my favorite.
Well, listen. Now you just gave 2 great tips.
Right.
Yes.
Now I think we should stick to the theme of maybe exploring space, right? Raquel,
yes.
you have a new favorite, Space
Yes.
220.
Yes.
Let's talk a little bit more about that. Let's tell guests what they can expect when they visit 220 miles above Earth.
Well, first you have to make sure that you're going to have enough oxygen when you
Okay.
get there, because that's like the most important thing. Once you get on the Stellarvator and you're lifted up 220 miles above the Earth, and you're like, okay, I can breathe. But then you walk out and everything, you see the space, you see the family and the dog, and it's just all right there. The food is great, but it's the atmosphere. And I always say that if you want to maybe just experience it and maybe not sit down for a full meal, the lounge is the best option.
That's a good
So that way you can grab a bite to eat, so you can still experience it all. And then the lettuce, that's all the lettuce.
Yes, when you walk through
in
the
the
garden
garden.
table.
And
Oh my
yes,
gosh, it's so fun.
I love it. I
It
love
is
it.
so fun. And you are in space.
Yes,
Yeah.
you are.
So you're seeing all types of
Yeah.
spacey things up there.
Yes. And then it'll take you down and you're like, okay, we survived. So we'll just move on to the next attraction.
Now, I know there is another way that we can get our thrills here at Walt Disney World Resort, and we share an affinity for snacking.
Absolutely, and specifically Dole Whips.
Yes.
You can get Dole Whips all around the resort in different flavors, but there is nothing more thrilling than getting a classic pineapple Dole Whip in Aloha Isle in Adventureland, listening to the sounds of Adventureland, just taking your time and taking it all in. There's nothing more thrilling than that kind of a snack.
Absolutely. Now, that's a classic treat.
Yes.
But we're getting a lot of new things too. Now, one of the new restaurants is Roundup Rodeo Barbecue. So we're getting that in Toy Story Land, which
Yes.
means we now will have a fun little place to actually sit and enjoy that. Now, let's explain a little bit more about what that entails or the theming behind it, because I know that it's a pretty immersive experience, right?
Yeah.
For me, as soon as I heard that it was opening, I sent it to my husband, and he's looking at the menu, and he's because he has to analyze it
Of
to make
course.
sure that it has everything, because he is a barbecue connoisseur. I love the fact that the menu is set up so that way those with those food allergies and things like that will still have the same options and still enjoy it as well.
Right.
So it's going to be great.
It is. And I think we're shrunk down again.
Yes.
So it's
Yes.
it's
Just like
still
the rest
the
of
Toy
Toy
Story
Story
Land
Land.
theme.
Yeah.
Yep.
Mhm.
Yes.
Yeah, so-
you are in Andy's backyard.
Yeah.
You are shrunk down to the size of a toy. And, Andy set up his rodeo play set there, and you're going to go hang out there.
Listen, I love a toy that can eat barbecue. That
Yes.
just sounds like the perfect thrill to me.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
All right, now we talked about snacking, and I feel like there's nothing better than grabbing your favorite snack and sitting down and enjoying another thrill, the parades. I think we should talk a little bit more about that. So let's talk more about Festival of Fantasy. Now, I know, Raquel, you love Festival of Fantasy.
Yes. Yeah, this is a great opportunity to see all of your characters sort of in one sitting.
Yes.
The parade doesn't last too long, so it's just the right amount of time, from the axes that are swinging with Rapunzel to the dragon to ending with Mickey and Minnie, and it's perfect, especially if you have the little ones.
Yes,
I
that's
think
true.
it's definitely great for the little ones. And then when they wave at you, because they're waving
Yes.
at you, don't look at anybody else. Don't look at anybody behind
Always
you.
waving at
It's you that they're looking at. Yes. So, so that part for me is the wave, and you're like, oh, okay, they see me, and And I think that's also a great way to be seen too.
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
And it is thrilling, just like being able
Absolutely.
to see
It's still
that.
a thrill.
Yes.
Your heart fills up and you're like, oh my gosh, that was so fun to watch.
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah.
speaking of watching, there's also shows that are pretty thrilling
Yeah.
around the parks
Yes,
as well,
there's
right?
lots of great shows. One of my favorite ones is Festival of the Lion King, and that's over at Animal Kingdom. And, it's basically like a showcase of some of the best songs from Lion King that we all love. And the performers in this show are just phenomenal, like the costume and everything. Like it's amazing. We love it. We go to see it almost every time we're in Animal Kingdom. And, they really have a way of bringing the guests into the show. And in fact, there's a little bit of audience participation there. There's a few different sections in the theater, and each one is going to be assigned an animal. And if you're really lucky, you might get pulled up to participate in the show a bit. And one time we were sitting right in the front row, and of course my husband got pulled up by one of the cast members, and we were in the elephant section. So he was asked to make the elephant noise for our section, and did very well. I have it all on video. It's one of our favorite videos of vacation to go and look back on,
Yeah.
So
Disney
yes.
has found their
Yeah,
elephant.
they found their new elephant. Yes.
It's a good retirement gig.
I think so. Yes. Yeah, I could definitely get on board with that if he wants to do that in his retirement.
Speaking of shows and things that make us feel, I have to say, I'm so excited that Happily Ever After is back.
Yes.
Mm.
Yes. Happily Ever After is by far my favorite Disney nighttime spectacular.
so good.
There's just something about it. Just the projections on the castle, the fireworks, being able to see classic characters and new characters. And now the fact that there are these new projections down Main Street, there's like no bad place to watch. You can be anywhere. And just the message of that show, just being able to, reach out and find your happily ever after, that touches
Perfect.
anybody's heart.
Yeah.
It's really just an amazing show. I'm so excited it's back.
I know, it's so fun. I love that now we get to see it just about anywhere. So that's a new challenge.
Yeah.
We'll pick a new spot every time, y'all.
Yes.
Yes, that's what we'll do.
It's a goal.
We will report back to each other.
Yes.
Right.
Yes. Sounds good.
Now, Epcot Forever also has returned, which is really exciting that we're getting another show coming back to us.
Yes.
Now, Samantha, I know you and I were talking, and it's one of those shows where it brings up a nostalgia factor.
It does. If you're an 80s kid who grew up coming to Epcot, you're going to hear a lot of familiar music in this show. So it's really great to relive all of those nostalgic memories, and it also can kind of introduce that to the new generation of Epcot guests.
And speaking of old and new generations, there's a show that we all agree is one of the best in the parks, and it is Fantasmic.
Yes.
And now you have seen Fantasmic.
So as many times as I've come to the Walt Disney World Resort, I have never seen Fantasmic until last night.
Oh my gosh.
And I had some really high expectations for it, and they were definitely exceeded. It was just such a great show. You're stepping into Mickey's dreams where he battles good and evil. And just the new scenes that they've added to it. The Moana section is the best section. There's just something about it. And Show Yourself is my favorite Frozen song, and the fact that they chose that one just really spoke to me. It was such a great show.
Oh my gosh. Okay, welcome to the family.
Yes, yes.
Fantastic family.
But when you hear when I just said the word fantastic, then I'm already the music
Yes.
pops in my
Yes.
head.
Yes, it's
And it's one of
iconic.
those things that I think that's just one of those memories that get unlocked when you hear the word, and then you're thinking of the music and and how that all goes. So,
Absolutely. I always
Yeah.
picture my Sorcerer Mickey
yes.
with his cute little arms up.
Yes. Yes.
Now, Samantha, you have such a sweet Fantasmic story, and we need to hear it again. Tell us all about it.
Well, I mean, it took my whole family a little while to finally get to really experience Fantasmic. When the kids were little, we would see maybe like bits and pieces of it, because we'd be busy riding rides, and we'd maybe come in, and just, stand in the back and catch a little bit of the show. Then, there were some Star Wars fireworks shows that we were doing instead. But now the Fantasmic's back. Whenever I was here with my family, just back in December, we all got to go. We did the dining package, and so we had wonderful seats for the show. And we really got to sit down and really take in the show, you know, see all of those favorite characters and experience that together. It was really nice.
Oh my gosh, I love that you guys finally had a chance to just like sit and enjoy it.
Yeah.
Because it's definitely the show
Yes,
for
love it.
enjoying and being with family.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Speaking of family, I love that y'all are here. I'm so excited that we got to chat today. Fortunately, it's almost time to go. But before we go, would you like to do a little lightning round?
Let's do it.
I think so.
Let's
You ready
do it.
for that?
Let's do this.
Okay. Well, guess what? I'm going to ask you a series of questions. And I want you to give me the first answer that pops into your minds. Okay? Don't overthink it.
Okay.
Now we'll do Matt first, Raquel, Samantha.
Okay.
You ready?
All right.
Okay. One word to describe the new TRON Lightcycle run.
Exhilarating.
Ooh,
Surprising in the back seat.
that was more than one word.
It was good, but it was good. It was good.
Futuristic.
Oh, okay. What does a Walt Disney World thrill feel like to you?
A core memory, just something that you're going to remember for the rest of your life.
Love that.
I think joy and adrenaline at the same time. You get them both.
I'm with you. It's
Yeah.
pure joy.
Yes.
Okay. An underrated thrill that every guest should enjoy.
Doing a behind the scenes tour of some sort.
It's a good one.
It's just, there's something so thrilling about seeing the magic. We just recently did the behind the scenes tour and it was just great.
Oh my gosh, okay.
Star Tours.
Oh,
I'm a fan.
I love that.
I think just slowing down and taking in all the little details, the atmosphere.
Oh, okay. Ooh, you guys are good. A thrill that the whole family can be a part of.
Frozen Ever After in Epcot.
Seven Dwarfs Mine Train.
I'm gonna say any classic attraction, you know, like It's a Small World, Pirates of the Caribbean, any of those.
Oh my goodness. Okay. An attraction for the most daring thrill seekers.
Twilight Zone, Tower of Terror.
Oh.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Tron and Guardians of Galaxy.
Okay.
I think Expedition Everest.
Oh, I like this.
Yes.
Yeah, wait.
Okay, I like how that happens. All right, last one. Top tip for a thrilling visit to Walt Disney World.
Pick all of your top thrills on the Disney Genie portion of My Disney Experience, and it will come up with an itinerary for you of all the thrills you want to do.
Okay.
Research, plan early, and utilize the lightning lane if you can.
I think come to planDisney.com and ask us all of your questions about Disney thrills.
I mean, you know, that's literally the perfect answer. Although those were all good answers. Thank you so much for tuning into this episode of the planDisney podcast. You can check out a new episode every third Wednesday of the month. And if you're enjoying the podcast, be sure to leave us a review. In the meantime, for more Disney planning tips and insights, be sure to follow planDisney Panel over on Instagram and planDisney over on Twitter. If you have a question of your own, stop by planDisney.com to ask. The panelists will be happy to help you. And to stay up on the latest news, be sure to stop by the Disney Parks blog. Thank you so much to our panelists for joining us today.
Thank you.
And a big thank you to our sponsor, State Farm. We'll see you again real soon.